everyone, it's Anthony back with another video here on Single and Placing. Hi, hope you're having a fantastic day, weekday, weekend, week, month, evening, morning, overnight, all of the things. Hi, hello. I hope you're doing well. We're out here at the dog park / open space. You know it well, but it's been a minute since we've come up this way. We've been spending several weeks, if not at least a month, going and hiking around Golden. So I haven't been up to the dog park, like the big open space dog park, in quite some time. And the reason I came up here is because Apollo and I tried to go on a hike yesterday, or a walk yesterday, and film a vlog, and it kind of fell apart, and we'll talk about why. So I was like, you know what, this time let's go to a place we know, that we're familiar with, that I know, where everything is. And they're doing, you can't see it right now, maybe, you see some trucks and stuff over here and some construction equipment. They're, looks like they're paving some paths here at the open space, and so a lot of the paths are closed off. So I was like, I wanted to come to somewhere that I knew and I was, comfortable in, and now it's all changed up. Like our normal path that we go on, one of the paths that we go on is closed, and so a lot more people are condensed into what trails are left. So we have a lot of folks walking around us. You'll hear more pauses maybe than we normally get, and I'm probably going to leave Apollo on his leash until we get to maybe a little bit more of a sparse area, but I just don't know what trails are still open, what are still closed. So I'm going to stick on the main pathways, which means more people, which is fine, but it's just going to be a little bit more, as we do when we're hiking and people cross us, some little pauses here and there. So, but yeah, I hope everyone's doing good. I feel like a new man, and we'll talk about why. Very good mood. So yeah, I think I might even put my headphones on, because I found that when I put my headphones on, even though there's nothing playing and I just put them in noise cancellation, I feel less awkward talking at full volume when there's people around, because like I can't hear me. So then it tricks my brain into thinking they can't hear me, but you can still hear me, and that's the important part. But yeah, we're just here. It is Thursday evening at the time of filming this, and I just figured we'll take the boy out, get some steps in, get some exercises in. It'll be a good time. So yeah, he's pretty good at socializing, so I'll probably let him off his leash here in a little bit, let him get some runs in. But I have a lot to talk to you about. This is going to be a long one. I brought both of my backup batteries. If it starts to get dark, I also brought my headlamp. So yeah, let's get past these folks. Okay, sorry. Looks like we have a little bit of break in people, but so yeah, hi. It's been a minute since I've filmed a vlog. Last time we filmed, or last time I posted something, I believe that went up this past Saturday at the time of filming this, and I was in Colorado Springs. We did that kind of rainy day hike. Okay, be good. We'll see ya. This way. Come on. We did that rainy day hike just before my conference / personal trip to Nashville. So I got back from Nashville super early Monday morning, and I've just been trying to catch up on work. I was absolutely slammed, not only during my conference, but when I got back, just annihilated with work. Very, very high pressure to get kind of caught back up, and just had some requisitions or hiring requisitions that were pretty time and energy intensive. But I finally kind of got my bearings back underneath me today at work, and so I'm feeling much, much better about just everything in general. So that's good. It looks like we've got someone coming up. Apollo, this way. Let's go. Come on, baby. Easy, easy. Hold on. Easy. Up. Easy. Good boy. Good boy. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, so just kind of getting caught back up to speed. And today at work was finally when I was like, okay, I can take a breath. All the whack-a-moles have been whacked. I can kind of relax a little bit. So towards the end of the day today, I was like, okay, Friday is probably going to be nice, you know, just some general upkeep, which will be awesome. So anyway, yeah, so we finished that, filming that vlog, came home and packed, and then I left for my trip. So I got into Nashville the beginning of last week, and the first few days I had a hotel / Airbnb, and then the rest of the end of the week, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I stayed with some friends that live in Nashville, which was really cool. So my intention during that trip was to do a bunch of vlogging and, you know, vlog my whole trip and make several videos, or at least a couple videos out of it. And what I've learned about myself is if I'm in new spaces, new places, it's harder for me to vlog. Like, I'm not a comfortable filming in public, in crowds kind of person. I just find it to be a little awkward. But I did try. So any clips that I can salvage from the trip, I will. Let's go, 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 go. Yeah. I will try to incorporate at the end of this video, or if it makes sense to put like photos in and stuff during it, I will. So be on the lookout for little clips and stuff. I just need to go through my phone and see what makes the most sense. So yeah, and I had originally filmed, or I had filmed a vlog yesterday that I was going to do a part 1 of catch up because I had a lot to talk about. Oh my gosh, that's a big stick. I don't think you can handle that. Come on, let's go. Let's go, that's too big. Oh, you're going to hurt your little mouth. He's such a brat. Oh, you think you got it? You think you got it? Oh my word. So I filmed a vlog yesterday. We went to just this like little trail / lake thing over near the house, but it was a new place for me, and Apollo was acting up. We'll get to it. And so I was just having a really tough time. There was a ton of people. It was 2 miles, but it was really twisty, churny, intertwined, and there was lots of cyclists. So towards the end of it, I was just like, that was so choppy as far as my talking. Like, I'd get half a sentence out and then have to walk for like a quarter mile until I could talk again. And like I said, Apollo was being feisty. I guess we can talk about it. So while I was gone, my roommates were watching Apollo. Specifically my roommate Spencer, who owns the house that I live in. And so he was dog sitting while I was gone, and his girlfriend has a dog, Missy, and she's a very sweet dog. I love her, but she pulls really hard when they're walking. I've walked her before, and she just pulls so hard. Apollo, this way. Come on, let's go. She pulls so darn hard. And so they were taking walks together and runs. So I think he picked up that bad habit of pulling really hard. So he never really pulls hard. He'll pull me when he's interested in something, but not like break my hips to pull. And he was just yanking me. Like, I'd stop and he would pull like with all his might to get me to move forward, and he's never done that before. So I felt myself getting frustrated with him. And so the whole hike, in between me not talking, I was just like, oh, come on, Apollo, like, stop. And so I felt myself getting frustrated. I was like, this isn't the kind of video that I want to put up. So even though we filmed for about an hour, it just wasn't what I would want to share. Like, not that it was anything bad, but it just, the flow of my own inner monologue to you all was just very chopped up. So we stopped filming, and I spent about 30 minutes out there kind of breaking that, getting him retrained on how we're supposed to walk. And so he's got it down, but I think he also didn't do a lot of like free runs like this. They just did like walks around the neighborhood. I think they maybe went on one hike. So I was like, you know what? Let's take him somewhere where he can just get it all out, you know, get all those energies out. Apollo, come here, big boy. Yeah, get that energy out. Oh, cutie, cutie. Oh, you're very cute. Okay, let's go. Such a sweetheart. I cried so hard when I came back into town, and my flight was delayed. So Spencer put him up in his crate because I didn't get home until almost 2 in the morning on Monday. And so when I got home, I let him out of his crate and I was just like, wasn't I? Was I crying? Was I crying to see you? Oh, I love you with all my heart. I love you with all my heart. So yeah, the filming of the vlog yesterday was just kind of a mess, and like I just was really hard to stay focused because I'd never been there before, so I just kept being like, where are we going? Oh, there are more people. Oh, Apollo, no. It's just me scolding Apollo and getting frustrated. So anyway, so I figure out here we can be a little bit more loosey-goosey. I brought my headlamp. You might lose daylight with us at a certain point, but I'll keep chatting as long as I can see, and we'll make our way back to the car. So yeah, the trip, it went great. I had an absolute blast. It was so much fun. Like I said, I got into town and immediately my buddies, you know, I took a lift to the hotel and I took a little tour of the hotel room as part of that vlog I was going to do. So I'll include that maybe at the end, but you can see the hotel room and that stuff. I think I saved it all. Come on, let's go, big boy. Let's go. So I took a lift into town, or into downtown Nashville. My hotel was just a couple blocks away from like the big downtown area. I think it's called Broadway, where like all the country clubs are, country music clubs, and there's some theaters and a bunch of museums. Oh, hold on. Easy. Good boy. Stay. Good boy. Stay. Good boy. Thank you. Oh, that was a good one. So yeah, my hotel was like just a few blocks from that downtown kind of main drag. And so I went there first, you know, dropped off all my luggage, did a little tour of the hotel room. And then my buddies, Matt and his partner Luke, they were like, oh, we're going to go to trivia tonight. So I had a little bit of time and I was really hungry. So I went down to that Broadway area, super touristy, really cool, but, oh, hold on. Yeah, we'll just keep you on the leash. Good boy. Super touristy, but really cool vibe. I liked downtown Nashville. It was a lot of fun. But I set up my chest camera, the vest camera that you're on right now, and thought I'd walk around downtown with it on. Nope, that didn't work. This is what he was doing yesterday, except imagine like 10, 20 times more people. So I put this whole getup on thinking that I was gonna vlog with you all and walk you around downtown Nashville and show you all the sights and stuff. I made it like 2 blocks into like crowds of people, and everyone, like most people were looking at me like, what is he doing, you know? And so I got super nervous, wasn't talking at all, just walking, you know, and with people looking at the camera, and I was like, this isn't gonna work. So I went back to the hotel room and got my phone and plugged the mic into the phone. I was like, that's a little bit more discreet, holding your phone. You just look like you're taking pictures like a tourist, you know? So I tried doing that, still didn't feel super comfortable, so I just ended up taking photos and not filming anything. So if I have any of those that are worth sharing, I'll throw them in throughout our chat. So yeah, that was the first night I went down to like that Broadway Avenue. Come here, come here, come here. Oh, cutie, cutie pie. Walked down to that Broadway Avenue, and they have this little shopping district / restaurant situation that I think is partially put up, or Justin Timberlake, I guess, invested in it. But it was really cool. One of the places is a food hall called Assembly Food Hall. I ended up spending a lot of time there. But I stopped up there. They had live music. It's like multiple floors, and got some food and just kind of walked around and hung out. And then my friends were like, oh, trivia is going to be starting soon. Do you want to meet us at the bar? It's one of their local haunts that they go to in East Nashville. It was about a 5-minute Lyft ride from downtown. So I walked back to the hotel to freshen up and met them for trivia. It was an absolute blast. We had a great time. And then we went from there to another one of their places that they go to. It's this karaoke bar. So I got to sing a song or two. It was a quiet night, you know. And then came back home to the hotel room, and then my conference was the next 2 days. Come here, good boy, yeah, get that exercise out, good boy. So the next two days were my conference. So the conference was called RecFest. It's put on by a company, hiring company in the UK. So this was their first year doing it in the US. And so they had it at the Bicentennial Mall, or like outdoor park area there in Nashville, kind of next to all their governmental buildings, and right next door to the Nashville Farmers Market. So it was all outdoor. They had all these tents set up. 3 of them were stages, these big tents that held like 150 people, maybe more. And you just walked around and did these different sessions for the 2 days, all focused on recruitment and hiring. So a lot of it was focused on diversity, equity, and inclusion. Some of it was focused on technology and tools. Some of it was focused on just like rethinking what your normal process is. It was really interesting, and it's different than anything I've ever done before. Typically, you know, when we do a conference, it's like sitting in a stuffy, you know, ballroom or whatever, and you just sit there for an hour, 2 hour, big long sessions. And these were just 30-minute, here's some good info. Oh, hold on, stay. Good boy. Wow, you're fantastic. Quick info dumps, and then you're on to the next one. And I like that. I like a very condensed meeting. So you'd go in and they'd be like, hi, I'm XYZ from Amazon. I work in HR, and I'm here to talk to you about community outreach specific to Asian communities or Black communities. And it just helped you to kind of gain some perspective in how to be open and inclusive and engage with various communities in your area, and how to show your company's strengths when approaching those communities. So yeah, it was really cool. And so essentially they had those stages, and then in between all of those, they had these little or like smaller tents that were kind of done carnival style, but they were run by different companies. So let's say a company that does background checks that could offer that service to you. They had a little setup, so they talked to you about their services, but then it was like, throw a dart and hit a balloon and win a stuffed animal with our company logo on it, or come talk to us about XYZ and we'll send you away with some caramel corn or cotton candy. So it was really cool. It was completely different than I've ever experienced before. Very engaging. I met a lot of really cool people. I was able to network quite a bit, which was awesome. And yeah, so I did that the next 2 days. And both of those nights, I was just going back to the hotel room and hanging out, because it's like, yeah, I think they did like, I can't remember. My buddies must have, I think they asked me to go do something else, but I was like, I think I just want to stay. Let's go this way. Stay in, because I've got the next day of conferences to do. So it was a lot of fun. I learned a lot. A couple of the sessions that they had weren't as engaging for me, but on the whole, it was a lot of fun, and it's something that I'd absolutely go back and do again. So tons of fun. And then They had food trucks set up. So when you wanted to take a break from the sessions and go get lunch, you had some food trucks, but it was right next to that farmer's market that also had an indoor food hall thing. And so I was much more interested in that because it was like more local businesses and stuff, no chains or anything. So one day I went and got Chinese food, and everyone that worked there was super sweet. And then the next day I got a gyro, which was really good. So I was just trying to like see what's out there, you know? So did that, and then at nights I was really just hanging out at the hotel. I did some evening walk around downtown at night, but once again, new area. I'm not a very like, I've said it before, I'm not like the type of person that's just gonna like engage with a stranger at a bar or strangers on the street. So I kind of just put my headphones on and kept to myself and walked around. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Oh, that's a neat museum, that kind of thing. So it was a lot of fun. And then the last night that I was in the hotel, which was Thursday night, I went back to the hotel and I was like, I want to enjoy this fancy space because it was really nice. It was very modern hotel. It was previously the Federal Reserve building, and I took some clips of that if I can remember to clip them in. So they had this big old bank vault in one of the hallways because essentially it's an apartment building, but it's rented out as like hotels. So full kitchen, you know, the washer, dryer, all that stuff. And then in the gym, they had this big wall that was shredded money. I don't know why they did that, if it was just for aesthetics, but my buddy was like, oh yeah, that was the Federal Reserve building. If you go into the gym, they have this big wall of shredded money. So I went in there and found it. I have a clip of it if I can remember to put it in. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna enjoy the space tonight and just do like a spa day. So I took a bath. Jade had her live that day, so I was listening to Jade. Took a bath and just kind of hung out. Wait, I don't know. I might be getting my nights confused. Anyway, regardless, I took a bath that last night and just like hung out. Didn't really do much. Someone's yelling. More yelling. I can't tell if they're walking towards us and yelling. No, they're turning. So I ordered DoorDash to the hotel, and I looked up like best Nashville hot chicken restaurants. And there was this place called like Hattie's or Maddie's or something like that, hot chicken. And every restaurant that has hot chicken claims to be the best or the original, but this one seemed like it was a pretty popular chain. And so I was like, I want to do a little hot Nashville chicken moment and full skincare. And I just laid out, I just had a blast. And so I was watching TV on my phone, watching YouTube videos, and just enjoyed the hotel room that last night. And then in the morning, when it was time to check out, I did a little work for a little bit, even though it was my day off. I had that Friday off. I did a little bit of work just to try to keep my head above water. And then Matthew, one of my friends, he's a photographer for real estate companies. So he just goes around and does shoots at listings. And so he's like, I have a couple of shoots today, but I can come pick you up and at least get your bags. That way you're not stuck lugging around your baggage around town. I was like, that'd be perfect. So he came in, grabbed my bags, picked me up, and he's like, well, where do you want to go? I was like, just take me back downtown. I'll walk around a little bit more, take some more photos, maybe go to a museum or something. And I was like, also, I have this vlog that I filmed right before I came here that I need to edit and upload to try to get it up at some point. And he was like, okay. So he dropped me off downtown, and I just went back to what I knew and went back to that assembly food hall and just set up shop. I had my laptop, I had my hard drive, my camera, all my stuff, and I just sat there and did editing and listened to the live country music. It was so much fun. Like, I got a coffee and I think it was a Belgian waffle for like it was right around 11 o'clock when he dropped me off. And so I was like nibbling on that. And then 1 o'clock rolled around. I was like, I could go for lunch. I'm on a little, this is now vacation mode. So they had a taco place there, and I got their al pastor nachos. Oh my God, they were so good. And a little side of elote corn. And I just sat there and edited videos. Their internet was a little slow, so I got done editing everything, but trying to upload it was taking forever. It was like, it'll be done in 4 hours. So it's like, okay, well, we won't be able to get that done. So Matthew picked me up and brought me back to his place after he was done with his shoot. Come here, come on. After he was done with his shoots, he picked me up from downtown, brought me back to his place, and they live in that like East Nashville kind of suburb area. But it was gorgeous. Like, they have this cute house, but all the houses have these like nice plots of land. It's not like here where, you know, you can see the houses are like boom, boom, boom. You know, you could reach across your windows and touch hands with your neighbors kind of properties. These were all just kind of sprawling, nice little plots of land. Very, very like quintessential kind of like, you know, 60s, 70s suburbia, you know, and I love that. I love that style. So he picked me up, brought me back to his house. He has much better internet, so I was able to upload and post that video, which was awesome. And then, what did we do that night? Okay, so yeah. So Friday night, they had a little dinner and backyard kind of hangout with some of their good friends. And so a bunch of people came over. His partner Luke made us seared salmon with broccolini and what else? Oh, and a gratin potato, or like what else? Scalloped potatoes, I think is what other people call it. Come on, let's go this way. Do you want off? You go, boy. Don't get lost. This way. I think he found something he's really interested in. So he made us this gorgeous dinner, and then people started trickling in, and we had extra food, so a couple people ate that. Some other people had already eaten. And they have their backyard is kind of like a pull-in driveway, but it opens up into like a big carport and then the actual garage. So it's just this big space. And so they have tables and couches set up, and then their garage, they don't keep the cars in there. So it's like Matthew has like a painting station set up. There's like a little crafting area. He's got a couple mannequins in the garage, and then a whole wall full of wigs, and then a bunch of like bins full of different dresses and outfits and accessories and sunglasses. And so you can just like dress up the mannequins as like an activity. And so I got really into it, and I was like, I'm gonna do like a Greece, like Mykonos party with Lindsay Lohan look for these mannequins. So I did this whole like outfit. Once again, if I still have the pictures, I'll put them up. But I was just having a blast, and all of his friends were so much fun, and we were having drinks. We made, I was doing Red Bull and vodka, and then, you know, we had beers and stuff. I bought some ciders. This way. Good boy, yeah. Woo, fast dog. And so we just had a good night, you know, and what was really funny is, well, a couple things. So one of the gals that showed up was actually at the Rec Fest. She was at that same event. She works in HR there locally in Nashville, but of course I didn't know who she was. But so we were just talking about what we thought of the conference. And then a couple, that person, and then like a couple of the other gals there were really into skincare. And of course I packed my full size skincare. Like I brought the whole thing. And so like I checked a bag, brought all my skincare. And so they were talking to me about like their skincare and stuff. So we just like were talking about different products and routines. And I was showing them the sunscreen that I was using. And then I had sheet masks. I gave them each some sheet masks to take home with them. Like it was a whole thing. So it was great. You know, we just clicked right away. I didn't feel awkward, uncomfortable. It was great. And yeah, it's just really cool people. And then one of their other friends bought this game that's like, it's like darts, but it's got like little pop socket looking suction cups on either end, and you kind of flip them, and it's kind of like bocce ball or lawn darts, but small. They're like this big, and you just put it on a table. So that was fun, and just listening to music and just gabbing. And then turns out that one of Matthew's really close, like lifelong friends, Sebastian, he went to training at the same place that me and Matthew went training for the cruise ship in Piney Point, I think Maryland, I think. So that's where we went for our training back in 2006 for the cruise ship, and he was there, and I recognized his face. Like, I knew him from looks, but I didn't remember like anything about him, you know. That was at a time in my life where I was like really into my own stuff. It was a whole, like, it was total fish out of water. First time I had really left home for the first time. So there could be so many people that'd be like, I remember you, and I just was not in that headspace. So I recognized his face. And so we got to talking and chatting, and then they all left, and I went to bed. The next morning, we just hung out at the house. I went for a walk, called Spencer to see how Apollo was doing, and he was sending me pictures the whole time. Come here, big boy. Yeah, come here. Oh, you're very cute. Can I put your light on? Can I put your light on so I don't lose you? Hopefully it's charged. No, it's not charged. Yeah, it's okay. I'll keep an eye on you. So yeah, everyone left, and then Saturday, we woke up, just kind of did some general hanging around, ran some errands and stuff, and then, I don't remember, we got food somehow, some way. Went and got food, and then that night was a couple different things. So we went back to the karaoke bar. One of their friends was there throwing a little party. So we went over there first and hung out. And then the main event was one of their other friends. There's a gay bar there in town called Canvas, I believe. Diamond painting, Canvas. And the theme was smoke and mirrors. And so they got all dressed up. They're very crafty folk. Like Matthew sewed his own like romper and then covered it in like disco ball mirror pieces. And it was like this bright, shiny silver material. And then Luke had this football outfit, like short shorts and then like a cropped like football tank thing. And then he did a bunch of decoration with the mirror stuff on it. And I obviously didn't have an outfit. And I was like, well, I don't really want to go buy something necessarily. So I had black pants, and then Luke had these metallic gold sneakers that actually fit me. So I got to wear those. And then he had this like black polka dot button up. And then their neighbor came over at some point on Saturday, and we were just talking about the party. She wasn't going, and we were talking about how I was trying to put together an outfit. And she's like, well, I have this kind of metallic, not sequins, but just kind of this metallic threaded blazer kind of shawl thing. And so I was like, let me try it on. So I put it on. I was like, this is actually just fine. And then I put some of those mirrored disco ball pieces. Come here, hi. I put some of those on my, like next to my eyes, like little accent, like accessories things. And so I thought I looked pretty good, and got my cologne on. No, ma'am, no. Got my cologne on, all of that good stuff. And so we went to the smoke and mirrors party, and Matthew, during COVID, one of his projects that he did, he had a third mannequin that he covered in disco ball, that same disco ball mirrored stuff. So it's an entire mannequin that's essentially a disco ball, and then he has a rotating thing so it'll churn. So we took it to the bar or club that they were having the party at before the party started, and we set it up on their stage next to the DJ, and they put a bunch of spotlights on it. So it's this gorgeous disco ball mannequin, very, very chic, very fun. And I have pictures of that too. Oh, we got food at the first bar that we went to. We just ate they had fried pickles, we just had appetizers. So we got to the main event, back to the place with the disco balls, Canvas. And we're just dancing and having a good time. It was just a lot of fun. It was just a ton of fun. So we went and did that, and I got a chance to chat with Sebastian from the cruise ship, and he ended up working on a different cruise ship after training. They sent him somewhere else. So I never really connected with him beyond training. So it had been, 16 years or so since I had seen him, but we really hit it off well. We had a lot of things in common. He brought up this TV show called The Catherine Tate Show, which is like a sketch comedy show from the UK. Very dry, sketch comedy humor, and I love that show. It's one of my favorites to go back and watch clips of. And so he referenced it first and was like, are you kidding me? No one else ever knows what that show is. So we were just quoting the whole night and just being sassy and just we were just having a ball. Just really it was fun. So we hit it off really well, and after that, we went back to that kind of their haunt, and because they wanted to play pool, so we went over there. It's just a few blocks down the road, and they played pool. I tried. I'm terrible at pool. So they played pool, and me and Sebastian just kind of watched along, and we're just chatting and just kind of got caught up and that type of thing. And then we ended up going back to Matt and Luke's house and hung out a little bit, chatted some more. And that was kind of that. It was, a quick couple of days hanging out with them, but I got a chance to kind of really experience their part of the city. They weren't downtown, partiers with the bachelorette groups and all that stuff. They were much more their neighborhood kind of hangouts. And that's what I really like. I like experiencing that kind of stuff. So it was just so much fun. I had an absolute blast. And then Sunday we woke up, and I'll be honest, I was hungover. And so I just kind of laid around, went on a short walk again, and then I started watching TV. And then Matthew put on, I ordered us Mexican for lunch, so I had that delivered. And then Matthew put on, it's this show called Long Island Medium. I've never seen it before, and I got so into it. The main person, Teresa, she is a total spirit animal. I love the Long Island vibe. I love the Jersey vibe, the Philly vibe. I love that East Coast, just loud and proud, and I love it. I absolutely love it. So I just was having a blast and getting all emotional when she's doing her readings. And then it was time for Matt to take me back to the airport. So I got to the airport. They had originally said they were they delayed the flight. I got a text message saying, oh, your flight's been delayed by an hour or so. So I was like, okay, that gives me an extra hour. Well, I get there, lo and behold, they had sent me another text message that I didn't see saying that it was now back on time. So by the time I got there, it would have been too late. I would have just missed the flight. Come here. So come here. Hi, big boy. We're headed back towards the car now. And how are we doing on time? We're doing good. So I got there yeah, you're probably not gonna make it by the time security and XYZ, and I had to check a bag. I was okay, well, when's the next flight? And they're it's not for another couple hours. And I was you know what? It's not the end of the world. So I went and just posted up at this little kind of bar and grill, and I got some fried green tomatoes and I think it was chicken skewers, yeah, and a drink. And I was I'm gonna watch some more Long Island Medium, but I don't have whatever streaming service it's on, so I just had to watch the clips on YouTube. And they started getting to me again. I think also I was really wanting to get back to Apollo. Come here. So I was already emotional. Come here. Good boy. Whoa, so fast. You're crazy fast. So I was already emotional. So I was I'm tearing up at this bar at the airport, and my eyes are all red. It's like, okay, I can't watch this anymore. So I switched back to watching diamond painting YouTube just to like settle my soul from listening to all these readings. And I don't know if I'm into those or not, but seeing somebody else get emotional and cry makes me cry. So I don't know if I believe it, but the combination of that Long Island attitude and atmosphere plus people crying just sent me over the edge. And I was missing Apollo. So I got back home, and by the time I got my luggage from the carousel, got on the shuttle to take me to the car parking lot, then get my car and leave, I didn't get home till like 2:30 in the morning, maybe a little bit later. And I was exhausted, and I have to be to work at 7 a.m. So I got a few hours of sleep before I had to get back up. So, and then I was just hammered with work, very intense. And I was just like, oh my gosh. Like by the end of Monday, I went home, let Apollo out back to go pee and run around for a bit. And then I slept just to like try to regroup. Come here, sweetheart. Come here, big boy. Oh, I love him. Come here. Oh, yeah, I love him. Good boy. Oh, fluffy butt. So yeah, and then like I said, the rest of the week's just been kind of crazy up until today. It's finally back to normal. But I needed even those few days to create some like physical distance between my current environment. Like I've always told myself like, yeah, I want to travel. I want to go on vacations, but I'm also a big proponent of loving and enjoying what's directly near me. And I'm in Colorado, so I have there's a lot to be had here, you know? So I typically don't ever feel that like wanderlust or that need to like really get away. I'll go a few hours up into the mountains and I feel like I'm in a different world, you know? But it really reset like my energy levels, my mood. Apollo, this way. Come here. Come on. Apollo, let's go. Oh, jeez. Hold on. Okay. Sorry about that, everyone. We are now on headlamp power. Come on, let's go. Apollo met a friend. The last clip that we had a dog that came up behind us. It was a Rhodesian Ridgeback, and the guy was super cool. So we were just chatting it up as it got dark. But then we were headed back towards the car. I was like, oh, I'll just finish our conversation when I get home. Maybe I'll do a little whip and chat to wrap it up. Somebody else came running up on us, and he said that he's helping this lady. She lost her dog. And so now I'm just gonna do one last little loop around before I get to the car and see if I see a dog. It didn't look like they had headlamps and their dogs didn't have lights on them. So I have my headlamp. I figured maybe I could see something running around or get a dog to come near us. But if not, we'll just turn back around. I should have gotten their phone number. That way, if I do see a dog, then I know who to call. Didn't even think about that. But they said that the dog has an air tag like Apollo does, and they've been trying to ping it, but they can't locate it. So me just having my phone out here, they'll ping off of other iPhones. So me just having my phone out here will help. So I don't mind. I know where we are. We're back on the main trail. So I don't mind walking around in the dark a little bit. That's such a bummer. Makes me want to cry. Come on, buddy. We're going this way. You seem tired. They were sprinting, him and that dog. So, and he wants to turn around and go back towards her. He made a new little girlfriend. This way. You okay? I think you might be a little thirsty for this. I'm like kind of pulling him along. Let's go a little farther, and then if we don't see anything, we'll turn around. You're okay. You're okay. You've done more in hotter weather than this. It's nice and cool. You're okay. And I have water for you in the car. Promise. I just wasn't expecting A, for him to be sprinting around like that, and B, for us to be out here this late. Let's see. Not you. Lost dog. Okay. Let's go a little bit further. I feel like I should stop and listen. Okay, sorry everyone. I hear people calling for the dog. I can't make out its name, but they're like way further down the trail. I can barely just hear them off in the distance. I can hear them calling for the dog. I was trying to get closer to them so maybe I could connect with them and be like, what's the dog's name? I can't make it out. What does it look like? Where were you hiking? Because I'm very familiar with all the walking paths here. So I was like, maybe I could retrace where they were at. And exchange phone numbers. That way, if I do find this dog, I know who to call, you know? But they're so far away. And, I mean, this place is huge. I mean, we could be out here all night long and not get close to the pup. So I'm thinking if I was a dog and I got lost, I might go back the way I came. Like, you know, sometimes dogs go back to what they're familiar with. So I'm like, maybe going back to the car is the most helpful thing. I could have sworn I heard like the ping of, you know, of an air tag, but I don't want to go over there and give them false hope either. So I'm just going to go back the way we came. And if I hear or see any rustling or if Paulo seems alerted to something, he hasn't this whole time. He seems pretty just bored that we're just walking and he's on leash. But if I do hear something, then I'll stop and I'll go try to track those people down because I think all they had was their phone flashlights. Oh gosh, it makes me all teary-eyed. So yeah, I'll just wrap this up, I guess. Maybe we can continue this conversation, or I can kind of, because we haven't even talked about diamond painting stuff or anything like that. But moral of the story is my trip was an absolute blast. You know, this week has just been a lot of catching up, and now we're out here. But yeah, I've missed creating content. I've learned that I'm not a good travel vlog person, or at least I don't have the confidence, or I can't be oblivious to people looking at me with the camera strapped to my chest. It makes me feel really awkward, and I don't like talking like to camera with other people around that don't know the situation. I feel like I have to go around everywhere and be like, I'm vlogging. Sorry, I'm vlogging. So we'll see. I may get more comfortable with it as time goes on. Maybe I just need to do it more, just put myself in those situations. But yeah, I just have a tough time. But yeah, that's what's been going on with me. I do have some diamond painting update stuff. Of course, I want to talk to you about all of that, but I kind of want to keep my mouth shut and my ears open right now. We've gone 3.5 miles. And we have probably about another maybe half a mile, 3/4 of a mile till we get back to the car. We really backtracked just now, trying to listen out for this pup. So, and I'm sure it's not very exciting listening to me with just a flashlight. You can see there's a boy. There's a boy with his red eyes. Hi, cutie. If he had his light on, and it's one thing that this is a lesson learned. I'm gonna go charge his dog flashlight that he has on. It's dead. So I'm gonna charge that, because I honestly, as long as I could keep an eye on him and know where the flashlight is, I would let him off and see if he could like sniff out a dog, you know, because at least I could see where he's bounding through the grasses, and even if that dog's running around or running away, at least now the dog has a tail on it and I could get them to come back, you know. Like I I'd be willing to risk it. I don't think he would, I don't think Apollo would just completely run off into the sunset without me. He does, at a certain point, get scared and want his dad and come back. So that's not a concern or a huge concern. I don't know. I'd be nervous, but for the sake of like saving another dog, I'd probably let him off to like sniff around and see if he could sniff him out. But there's also fox out here. There's also prairie dogs. There's also snakes. So it's like, you know, I don't know. Anyway, well, send good juju out. I know this will go up after all of this has happened, obviously, but send good juju out to those dog owners. I can still hear them faintly calling for the dog, but I couldn't figure out where they were, or I thought I could see them, but they were like way, way out there. So, oh my goodness, I can't imagine how they're feeling. I would be beside myself if I lost Apollo out here. Okay, well, I'm gonna let you go so I can listen. I might even walk around a little bit longer as long as this headlamp will stay lit. But I'm gonna stick to the main trail so I don't get myself lost. But thanks so much for watching. I'm gonna do another one maybe tomorrow or the next day. Another hike and chat, or maybe even a whip and chat. One last thing, real quick. I think one of my ideas is, I always have ideas. I have a lot of YouTube comments that I haven't been getting to, and I've been slacking on that. And so I think what I'm gonna do is do a sit down whip and chat where I respond to those comments or just read your comments aloud. And if they're questions, I'll answer them. So if you think that would be a cool format, let me know. I'll probably try it once and then just wait for feedback. So, okay, thank you so much for watching. Send good thoughts out to this dog and these dog owners. And, whoa, you can see that there's like these crazy thunderstorms out here. You see that? Do you see the lightning? It's straight ahead. See those flashes? Holy moly, that's crazy. That we're looking northeast. Okay, that's enough. We're gonna go. I gotta try to see if I can help. All right, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share this content with friends, family members, anyone that you think might take some value out of this content. Otherwise, happy placing. We'll see you next time. Bye, 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 bye. Say bye. Say bye. Apollo. That's a stick. Come here. Say bye. Okay. Bye, everyone. Okay, so starting at the beginning. So there's a little closet here that has laundry in it, and then you have the little kind of like galley, or there's no two sides to it, but just a kind of a straight across kitchen. And then the view's not too amazing by any means, but we're like right in the heart of everything. There's the Capitol Hill building, I think, is like here. Oh no, something tower. But we're like right in the thick of it. We're like right downtown. There's like the park right there. So yeah, we're like right in the midst of it. But anyway, so there's this cute little desk. I set up my skincare here. I'm loving the color of that cleanser. It's like radioactive looking, but I put all my skincare here. And then I have been loving this Ellis Brooklyn scent diary. I'm really into doing gift sets, or like the sample sets of fragrances, as opposed to buying the whole bottle, because I don't use a fragrance super often and I like options. So one of these lasts me months and months and months and months, and they're only like $30. I think each full-size bottle, if you were to get the full size, is like over $100. So that's my little hack, is I just get the gift sets, because then I can try a lot of different fragrances. Here's the little living room with the TV, and then they've got this little dining room area, which is where I set up my work computer. And then here is the bedroom. Everything has these really cool, like the barn doors. There's one over here too. I guess my buddies that live here, they said that this building used to be a bank. And so there is a bank vault somewhere around here, bank vault door that they kept. So maybe we'll have to go and try to find that. But here is the bedroom here. Little closet. just started unpacking. I've still got a lot of stuff to unpack. And then here is the restroom and the tub. I already put my Foreo down there. I put some of my other toiletries here. So I am ready for like a self-care, take care of myself, self-care evening before this conference starts. So anyway, so yeah, that's the little apartment, or the little hotel room. I guess it's technically apartments too, but what I like about having a place that's got like the full kitchen and stuff is I'm gonna go find a little grocery store or a corner market or something and grab a pack of bagels, some, some jelly or jam, some cream cheese, just some classic breakfast stuff. That way I'm not having to like scramble in the morning to run and grab Starbucks every single day. It's a little bit cheaper, even though, work's paying for the first few days I'm here. It's still a little bit cheaper. And then I can also grab some little snacks and stuff. That way I'm not like getting the munchies and like ordering another full meal or something like that. So I'm hoping that the only thing that I'll be purchasing every day is just my dinner. So, or at work will be purchasing. And they have this Keurig. I already made myself a little cup of coffee. I made myself a little cup. So it's like, let me have a cup of coffee. Let me respond to these emails for the next half hour or so. And then we'll bop around town for a little bit. I'm supposed to be meeting up with my friends potentially for trivia tonight. Otherwise it might just be an evening in. I'm loving the spaces in here are so photogenic, like the little pear and stuff. There's a lot of opportunity since I'm staying in a fairly nice place for me to take some skincare photos for Instagram and my vlogs. I'm like, maybe I could put a couple bottles of stuff right there and do a photo. So if we end up not syncing up tonight, then tonight might be my little evening in, and I will just do skincare photos, maybe get a bottle of wine, put on some music, and just enjoy this space, because the next few days are going to be back-to-back conference seminars and stuff, so I'll really only be here to sleep. So maybe tonight is the evening where I'll just kind of put some nice chill music on the TV, take some photos, enjoy some wine. Okie dokie, so I just made it back from bopping around, and I learned a little bit more as I was bopping around. So so I'm like oh, what the heck? The door just made a noise. What was that? Oh, it was just telling me it locks automatically. Okay. So as I was bopping around, we are like right in the middle of the like all of the state stuff. So like the Tennessee federal court or whatever is that building that's poking up in between there, that like darker tan is the back of that. And then this is some kind of governmental building that we're looking at. And I thought that this used to be a bank. This was actually the Federal Reserve. So that's why that vault is there, or I guess one of the Federal Reserves. And so I was talking to my buddy who lives here. I think I'm going to be meeting up with him here shortly. He was like, yeah, there's the vault in that building, but then if you go into the gym, there's a giant wall, there's a big portion of the wall that is just shredded up money that they saved from this being the Federal Reserve building. And I was like, no, but come with me and check this out. Okay, so my room's like just outside of the gym, and he was right. I didn't know what this was at first, but yeah, it's all teeny tiny shredded up money. A whole wall of it. I don't know why. You can tell that there's moisture getting in it. That's a little nasty, but yeah, a big old pile of shredded up money. So that's nice to work out next to. Oh my goodness. Okay. So yeah, that is the room. This is the place. So yeah, I ate. I had pho, And now I'm just waiting to hear from my buddies. We're supposed to go to some bar in East Nashville, so I'll probably get an Uber or a Lyft over there. I looked it up. It would be about a 2-mile walk, which, you know, I'm no stranger to, but I don't really feel like it. It's not hot, it's just humid. So I might even, as I'm waiting to hear from them, take a quick shower just to freshen up and then get a car over there. So yeah, that's kind of my evening plans. It's not the prettiest view, but now that I know where we're situated, we're like right in the heart of downtown. So where I'm having my conference is in the state park or city park, which is that way. So what I might do in the morning is try to get some exercise before the conference. So I might wake up a little bit early and go jogging over there to where the conference or the festival, recruitment work festival is, just so I can see how far of a walk it will be if I ever want to pop back in over here to the apartment or the room to have lunch or check emails and stuff. So I may do that early, and then yeah, I'll take some photos during the conference, hopefully, and stitch this together. I'm thinking, like I said, this may be one vlog, one travel vlog. I might try to split it up into multiple pieces, but it just depends on length and everything. So we'll see. I do plan on doing some fun stuff this weekend, so you may get to come along with me on that as a separate video before my flight back. Well, I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet, but I'm just going to film as much as I can, and once it's all said and done, see how much footage we have and take it from there. So yeah, we'll see you on the next clip. If I have pictures of us going out tonight, I'll put those in here. So yeah, we'll see you in the next clip.